living being loves their life. Every living being wants to find happiness. But there are endless obstacles in the way of happiness for living beings. As long as there is association with duality, with these physical and mental spheres, there is both happiness and suffering. They are like two sides of a piece of paper. They go together. There is ever duality. All things have this duality, and it is the play of this duality which creates dynamic growth. It is through the play of this duality that dynamic growth comes into existence, and that people find their true meaning in life. You have your individual dharma and your collective dharma, your Bhagavat dharma. But there is in your individual dharma a need to search for meaning, for your purpose, your reason to be alive. What is it you are here for? Ultimately, you are here to find your own deep nature, to find the unitary whole from which you have come, the ocean out of which you have arisen. But on the personal level, in the sphere of this worldly life of duality, you have come to do something, to be something, to realize something. You have your work in the world. You have your destiny to follow. But this individual dharma, this individual destiny, is not separate from your Bhagavat dharma, from your true longing for your own inherent nature, for that which is beyond the dualities of life. That search for the unitary whole, for the deeper nature of the self, is fundamental to all life. Knowingly or unknowingly, all living beings are moving through the creation towards the infinite one. Now, that movement can be conscious or it can be unconscious. In the living beings with less mental function, it is controlled by the Lady Prakriti. Nature controls the movement, brings the living beings naturally on the river of life towards the ocean of infinity. When living beings gain the mental qualities of human being, then the human being can choose the direction, the movement of life. And in that choice comes both pain and pleasure. Seeking happiness, sometimes people make mistakes. They choose avenues in their life which bring short-term pleasure, bring some desired happiness, perhaps a material success, perhaps status, perhaps relationship. Whatever it is that you seek to bring you happiness is your way of fulfilling that emptiness inside. The very desire for happiness means there is some place inside that doesn't feel happy, that is restless, that wants, that needs something more to be full, to be okay. And that something more is often seen as some object, something material or psychological, some state of mind, some achievement, some knowledge that you think will enhance you, or some relationships that will enhance you. But all of these things are transitory because they are still in this world of form and color in which time is a very big factor. things rise into existence, exist a while, and then fade again into the dissolution. They only exist for a time, sometimes a very short time, sometimes a long time. So all of those things of the world which we seek to build our happiness, to fulfill ourselves, are transitory. These bodies even are transitory. And all the wealth you have, all the power and position, all of the accomplishments that you can take pride in, and all of the people you love will not come with you when the body fades. The people, the living beings you love, are part of the whole, and perhaps they will be there again and again. But the life is transitory. What is not transitory is your own essential nature, is the self of yourself. And the real happiness lies in that which does not have influence by time or space, unbound by time and space, unbound. The self, the true self, the conscious intelligence, which witnesses your own existence, the awareness that knows that you exist. That is your real self, that aware consciousness, aware essence. There are no words for its nature, for it is beyond the mind. Love, deep peace, infinite being, these are our descriptives, but the pure essence of your own deep self, the aware, intelligent consciousness, which knows you exist and knows everything about your life. That nature is beyond words, beyond the mind. It knows the mind. It knows thoughts. It knows your sense of individuality. But that knower, that deep self, that conscious intelligence, is not bound in anything it knows. The knowing comes and goes. The movements and the forms come and go. But the knowing intelligence, the awareness remains. So to know the one that knows you, knows all of your experience, is the essence, the foundation of your own being, is to turn away from form and color and all the things to be known, and to turn your attention back on the nature of the knower, the one who knows your existence, your own deepest self that can say, I exist, the one who knows I exist. When your attention turns to that knower, the objects known begin to fade entirely, because attention, knowingness, is focused upon the knower. But the knower has no form, the knower has no color, the knower has no shape, the knower has no descriptives that the mind can attribute to the knower. Even to call it the knower or consciousness or awareness or God or intelligence is deceptive. There is no name that can define it. Beyond name, beyond form, beyond the constructs in the mind, when the mind turns its attention to the knower, to the self within who knows your existence. Can you do that? Can you find the one who knows that you exist? Isn't that you? Your deep self knows you exist. And when that I that exists softens and relaxes. It is only an idea, which is a form, in this cosmic knowing, relaxing into the knower, surrendering, letting go. There is no place, no time, no one. There is only the field of being, the infinite nature, essence, truth. There is no I and thou. There is no past, no future. There only is being, love, a deep peace, essence, infinite, vast, eternal, an ocean of grace. This is your own deep nature. You meditate, you do this and that technique, but in the end, it is surrender. Letting the attention and the mind turn its focus back on its own essential nature. It is like a koan, for the mind cannot contain the infinite, and there is a point where the mind shorts out because it cannot contain that which is larger than itself, more vast, more undefinable. There is no form to cling to. But when the mind lets go completely, softens, surrenders, when the sense of self dissolves like the salt dal into the ocean, what remains? There are no words, there are no thoughts. It is not an intellectual idea. The heart opens. It lives in your spiritual heart, in Hridaya. That is where there is the true union of self with the infinite, the dissolution, the resolution of all restlessness, all searching, all mental function, the resolution into pure being, the resolution into infinite nature. That is your home. That is your solid rock. That is where you are safe and where all the struggles resolve. Suffering, like temporal happiness, is a duality in the infinite nature of being, in the one infinite blessedness. There is no duality beyond names, beyond words, not an idea in the head. It opens through the spiritual heart, unfolding like a lotus. You return to the sea of eternity, to the home from which you have come, to the love, to the consciousness, to the essence. That is your freedom. That is your nature. That is who you are. Never condemn yourself. Know that deep within you lies the eternal source of being. It is your own nature. As you wander through the duality of life. Go back. Remember who you are, what you are. All right?